fiercest and at times most controversial rivalries in all of college football. The two showcase programs from the state of Utah. This game has had its share of fights. It's had its share of feuds. At times it has been a figurative and near literal war. But the most, something about it still feels holy. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaBelle Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Utah Utes, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. BYU about to kick it off as we get this game started. He'll bring it out. It's Glover. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Utah Utes offense will have the football first. It can catch people off guard, but one of the most intense, fiercest rivalries in the country in the Beehive State. BYU and Utah continue to prove why everyone ought to pay attention. Cougars trailed at 21-10 at the half. Left.
And it was BYU that capitalized on a lot of Utah mistakes, especially in the second half of that game. 2 costly turnovers by the Utes helped BYU score 12 unanswered in the second half, including a game-winning field goal, David, as time expired.
Well, and that game-winning drive had a little bit of drama, too. Remember the 4th down holding call? Not a lot of likes about that call. Not a lot of like between these two teams. A lot of hatred. It's always a fun matchup. We're in store for a good game.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Utes line up. Trickery and deception. They snap it to the up man. They tried to catch him napping on that fake, but turns out they were wide awake. So BYU's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that. And I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
Got enough space. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Cougar!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. The Utes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Davis. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. And the Utes will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying play action. He's moving out of the pocket. A strike downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep, Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He might want another play. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Utah. Extra point here will tie the game. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big, a lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Unloads to the wideout. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. This clash dates all the way back to the late 1800s and is carried on through days of independence, changes in conference affiliation, but the constant is disdain and contempt for the other side.
You're right, Reese. It's pretty wild because the rivalry dates back to the same year the state of Utah was founded in 1896. That's how long these two teams have been going. This thing is historic, and every year, David, it's an incredible football.
And I love what Reese said, too, though. They've changed conferences. They've been independent. Whatever it takes, they want to play each other because they want the bragging rights in the state of Utah because it means a heck of a lot.
To throw, it's Buckmeyer. Under fire. And the Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. The short hands, it's Hagan. And they're able to make the tackle.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
The Utes want to crank the tempo. Now they'll run the draw. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. That's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
And the Utes will punt it away on fourth down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. The play action fake. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. The give to the tailback. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
That's caught. It's Bachmeier. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. The Cougars are on the move. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Quick spin on the run. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. Texas stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Austin city limits. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. At the 40, there he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Here comes the heat. At the 20, he's got space. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold.
So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. Well, they've put themselves in a hole. It's 1st and 20. Out of the gun, looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shares with his family, with the fans during...
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They booted away. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Give to the running back. Finds a hole, and he'll pick up 6 out to the 8-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll run play action. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. Catch in the middle, it's Roberts. There he goes. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Starting in 1971, the Beehive Boot was established to determine the best team from the state of Utah. The boot itself, estimated to be well over 100 years old.
Man, this is one of the most physical college football games I think we see each and every year, David. And this game's been referred to the holy war between BYU and Utah, but this game almost feels like an NFL matchup because of the size and the physicality these two teams play with.
Hey, Jason, that's a great breakdown, and I agree with the NFL talent and all that stuff, but let's get back to the boot. 100-year-old boot. Like, that's what the prize is. How bad do you think that thing smells?
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. And that one's incomplete.
Well, the defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Under fire. Quarterback gets past the marker. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
And this is the frustration in playing man-to-man coverage. All the guys on your defense are chasing their guys. They don't have vision on the quarterback, but he is such a good athlete. He notices it, he takes off, he chews up yards, and makes a big play.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll pull it on the read. Breaks into the open. Ripping and runs through another guy. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the 1st down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
From the gun, running back gets to give. He breaks a tackle. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Hand off from the shotgun. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, BYU!
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the 1st half.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. to throw on first down off the play fake. Buying some time. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Beehive boot is on the line, and already BYU and Utah have given us some stirring moments. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that, let's send it back to our guys in the booth to see how the battle between Utah and BYU plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Utes will kick it away to start the second half. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
It'll be third and long. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. Oh, they're after him. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Going to try to get it himself.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got two quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
And the Utes headed quickly to the line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. The Utes come to the line with a new set of downs.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Second down, he'll throw it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Parker. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Inside the 15, first and 10 from the 14. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Firing to the right, complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swimming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Michigan left little doubt. You know, this version of the Maize and Blue can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program with multiple national titles. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This Big Ten battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
I'll tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Wants to throw. It's Bachmeier. And the missed connection on third down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
No fair catches here, looking for room. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best.
Oh, he's got some space.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
On the option. They go to the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
And as he throws, can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Leaves it with the running back. At the 45 on his way. Made the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
BYU now into the red zone. Back to throw. It's Bachmeier. Makes the catch. Touchdown Cougars. A great catch and run for 6. Shades of the Lavelle Edwards era as BYU is flexing its muscle and building a lead.
Jim McMahon is smiling somewhere. BYU and the explosive plays offensively, that's why they're lighting up this scoreboard.
Yeah, and the Cougars always dominate the line of scrimmage. You can always count on that. But listen, in this matchup with Utah, you usually don't see Utah get dominated up front. BYU bringing that physicality.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Off-play action on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Utes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Just about the time the quarterback got the snap, that dude was in his mustache.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry in the backfield. Got him to the ground before he could even think about getting the laces and trying to get the ball out of his hands.
Third down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Snagged in the middle. It's Bentley there to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. From the gun to give, looking for room. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Johnson wants to throw it. Complete to the right. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Utes want to move quickly. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Caught behind the line. It's Parker. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Got out of trouble and throws. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. They've made clutch, tough plays on this drive on third down. They need one more on 3rd and 7. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Handoff from the gun. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the 4th quarter with the lead, very first play.
Turning it on. He's at the 50. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, BYU. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let...
Only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. You got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games. You know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Johnson looking to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Utes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Throws to the wideout. And the third down pass is knocked away by the D.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Quarterback on the keeper. He'll try to take it back. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Off the play fake. Floats it out in space. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Smashes it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's recap that ACC matchup that has just gone final. Florida State may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from Doak Campbell Stadium every time. The Noles have been racking up road wins since the Bobby Bowden days, and they get another one today. One team will rise in the ACC standings while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The Utes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Yeah, but how about these short yardage situations? Having a weapon like this, a quarterback that can run the football, he only needed a few. He knew that. Good patience.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Just keeps moving. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's first and 10. Looking for a man. It's Bachmeier. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. BYU coming to the line with first and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are. It's late. Everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
Rides the back on the option, the give.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again?
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Finds his big tight end. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Coming out with the victory in the Holy War, it is the Cougars of BYU. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse...